Hi, everybody. I hope you're all well. Welcome back. How many of you actually have the Christmas spirit yet? I'm afraid that for some reason I just don't. It is not even like I don't have the spirit yet. It is like I keep forgetting that it will be Christmas in 19 days. I have not bought a single gift for my daughter and grandson yet, have not ordered one from Amazon for the kids in Canada yet, have not sent a single Christmas card yet, and the tree isn't up yet. Nothing. My work table is still littered with paper and school books, and I've not shaved my legs in a month or two. We have to move end of January and we have not found alternative accommodation yet. Dragon Man is going back to real school next year, and there is that financial obligation and stress looming as well. Yes, I don't feel like laughing, drinking, or being merry. I feel worried, angry, frustrated, and very tired. Very, very tired. But as always, these videos are not about me. It is all about the British royals. And that is why you are here. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Harry's case in the High Court in London with regards to his security and against Rovik and the Home Office. In the first place, before I say another word, let me get this off my chest. I think this entire case is an absolute disgrace. It is shameful, disgusting, embarrassing, and should have been thrown out a long, long time ago. Here we have a 39-year-old man who has on numerous occasions told the world, yes, the entire world, because I, for one, is on the opposite side of the planet, and I heard the words come out of Harry's mouth and that of his wife. I heard him say that he does not like England much. I heard him say that he does not want to be a prince, but just Harry. We heard him say how much London triggers him. We saw how he used derogatory language and terms against his brother, the next king, used derogatory terms and stories about the current queen in his book Spare, which, like it or not, constitutes treason according to British law. So I do not care whether Harry was involved in leaking information to Omid Scobie or whether Meghan did it behind his back. Harry himself has done enough, all on his own, even before he met Meghan, to look at him as a traitor. Now, he has even packed his bags and moved to the United States. Yet he still, after all of this and more, still wants the British taxpayer to pay for his security. Really? For Pete's sake, why on earth have the British people not taken to the street in front of the High Court with placards saying no to this? No. Instead, this farce is continuing, costing the British taxpayer even more in court fees. It is disgusting. Harry's barrister Shahid Fatima, KC, told the court, and I quote, Rovik should have considered the impact that a successful attack on Prince Harry would have, bearing in mind his status, background, and profile within the royal family, which he was born into and which he will have for the rest of his life, and his ongoing charity work and service to the public. Now, my friends, this is the most narcissistic, self-centered, egotistical nonsense I have ever heard in my entire life. His status, background, and profile within the royal family? Really? Who is Harry? Harry is the second son of the eldest son of a monarch. That is what he was born into. It was the Queen, his grandmother, who gifted him every single title that he has, not his father. His so-called status originates with his grandmother. If it wasn't for her, if he wasn't the grandson of Queen Elizabeth II, he would have been just Harry. But you know what? Peter Phillips is also the grandson of Queen Elizabeth II. Zara is the granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II. Eugenie and Beatrice are granddaughters of Queen Elizabeth II. James, the Earl of Wessex, is a grandson of Queen Elizabeth II. And Lady Louise is a granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II. All of them are residing in England, well, except for Eugenie, who partially resides in Portugal. But all of them have patronages and charities that they support. There is absolutely no difference between Harry and Sarah, Harry and Beatrice, or Harry and James in terms of status at the moment. Not one of the Queen's other grandchildren, not one, has state-sponsored med security. Not one, except for William and his family. And it has always been like that. The first in line to the throne always had state-paid security. Well, actually, I'm lying. It wasn't always like that. There was a time when all of the monarch's children had state-funded security. But that was changed a long time ago. Not even the Queen's own children, Edward, Anne, and Andrew, had met security when they are not performing royal duties. There was, however, a risk assessment done for Andrew. I think it was 2, 3, 4 years ago actually, and it was found that the case he was involved in with Virginia Giffray placed him at an increased risk. But guess what? The Queen then paid for his security out of her own pocket. And that is what Charles stopped paying. So if the Queen's own children and her other grandchildren are not getting royal Met security, then why on earth should Harry? Harry, the one who lives overseas, the one who hates the country, dislikes the people, who accuses the royal family of racism. Why should he have state-funded Met security? His service to the public? Really? What public? Surely not the British public. Where is Harry when his brother is out on the street selling magazines to support the homeless? Where is Harry when his brother and sister-in-law have engagements all day long and then still attend a variety program representing the royal family at night? What does Harry have to say for himself when his 72, 73-year-old aunt, Princess Anne, often has more engagements than his father or brother, and she goes home without royal Met security? I ask again, what service to the public is Harry performing? And even if you come back at me with Invictus, Bali, and Wild Child, I still ask you what service. From what I can see, he only attends the games and the award ceremonies, and Bali, for which he at least plays one polo game is indeed an African charity, and no British person benefits from it. Harry currently has, if you add African parks, four charities he supports. None of them are royal charities or foundations, and at four, he has far less than the number of foundations and charities his cousins, Beatrice and Eugenie, for example, support, either collectively or separately. So tell me again how his service deserves Met security. Who exactly does he and his wife think they are? I think the impact on my family will be greater than Harry's impact on his family should the both or either of us pass over. So, should I now also sue the British government for Met protection if I decide to ever visit England again? What about other foreign celebrities like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry? I mean, any and every celebrity visiting Britain should then be eligible for state funded mid security, I think. What about the children of other royals and world leaders studying in Britain or coming for a shopping trip or a holiday? Will they get state funded Met security because of their status in a royal family or that of another world leader? Anyway, then Fatima goes on to refer to Harry's visit to the World Child Awards in June 2021, when Harry's vehicle was allegedly photographed leaving the event by paparazzi. Yes, I saw one picture from one guy which shows an empty street and a photograph that looks like it was taken with a cell phone. Just like they were followed by paparazzi no one could see in their Netflix documentary. Just like they had an 80-mile-per-hour car chase through Manhattan that no one knows anything about. People, it is sick. It is ridiculous. And why is it still being entertained to the extent that it will likely cost the taxpayer hundreds of thousands of pounds is totally beyond me. Best of all is that James Eady for the Home Office had already made it clear that Harry can still request security for certain events in Britain and could always have done so, and that it was made clear to him that it will be considered on a case to case basis, but that they would require 28 days' notice ahead of the event. He made it clear that these arrangements were already tailor made just for Harry and his unique circumstances. Yet, Harry could not even do that and only gave 19 days' notice before the 2021 World Child Awards. You see, ladies and gentlemen, that is Harry in a nutshell. That is what he is like, a spiteful, nasty creep. Rules are not for him. He is way too grand for it. And then, when he does not stick to the rules and fails, it is everybody else's fault. But as I write here, I can tell you that there is one other person you can blame if you are looking for someone to blame, and that is Harry's father. If he had stepped up a year ago, 2 years ago, and put Harry's titles in abeyance, there would not have been this court case today. All this BS would have been cut off at the knees. So maybe the taxpayers of the United Kingdom should send the King a bill for Home Office's legal costs. when all of this is over and done with? Well, the case will conclude on Thursday, so we'll see. I have not spoken to my contacts in the United Kingdom about this yet, and maybe I'm just being fanciful or paranoid, but I think and feel that if Harry gets his wish, it will be yet another nail in the monarchy's coffin, because no matter how great or powerful a country is, it cannot continue to throw good money after bad shit. At some point, the well will start to dry. And with Rishi pledging 1.6 billion for the climate change agenda, and maybe there will be another £500,000 going to runaway ex-prince's security, well, then I can only ask, what next? I don't want to be a horrible person, and I'm not, because this year I have my own issues. But I'm being realistic, and I do tend to say what is on my mind. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't speak up now, you may find yourself kicking your own backside a year or 2 or 3 from now, because when the government starts interfering with your pensions, your health care, and when services are falling apart, when the government does not have enough money left to pay for it all, or subsidize or support all these essential services anymore, you know, what are you going to do then? Then it is too late. Harry's already gone with that 500,000. Whoever, Altera or COP or the UN, is already gone with that 1.6 billion. There's no way of getting it back. And you may ask, what business is it of mine? And my dears, all I can say is that in light of where I live, I can say, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and look where we are now. Africa is exciting, they say. Yes, indeed, until you in London sit with brown water and no electricity for days, weeks, months. They say prevention is better than cure, and in my opinion, one little shit's security is not worth 300,000 or 500,000 pounds that could have helped 3, 10, 20, 30 homeless people have a better Christmas. Okay, guys, we'll see what the High Court decides, but in my gut, my stomach is already turning, my blood pressure rising, because I think Harry is going to get some, if not all, of what he wants. And along with that, once he starts getting state-funded security in Britain, that means he has his IPP status back. And then when he travels to Canada, the Canadian government will have to pay for his security. He travels to South Africa, the South African government will have to pay for his security. So you see, it will have a snowballing effect. Well, I sincerely hope I'm wrong. I'm not sure the judge will give his verdict tomorrow. He will likely take a few days. So we will have to wait and see. Okay, guys, so until we meet up again on the next video, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.